Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delphine and today I wanted to keep showing you some of my shoe collection, and after last time showing you what were the best shoe in my opinion for different categories, I thought today I will show you some special shoes which have some special story or memories associated with them, and yeah, I think that would be a nice and fun way to keep going through my collection. And yeah, I will start with the ones you've heard the most about, I guess, because I speak about them a lot. It's Repto. I even made a dedicated video because they're just, I mean, I really honestly think they're the best. But yeah, there's also some special story for me associated with these shoes, which make them even more special. So the first one is, so this is not really the original one. The original one died some years ago after wearing them for more than 10 years. At one point even really daily. I really wore them out, and I went and I just purchased them again because black simple ballerinas, this is really, there was a reason I was wearing them that much. And they are special for me for, yeah, as I said, two reasons. The first one is, so my first pair I got when I was a teenager. I was in high school. I think I was probably 15. I would say somewhere between 14 and 16, but I think 14, 15, probably more. And it was very trendy at the time. They were definitely not cheap. They were, I think, at the time costing around 150 euro, which was a lot. And I really, really, really wanted them. And I asked for them for my birthday, I think, or something like that. And I got them. My dad bought them for me. I was very happy. So happy when I got my first pair, and I just wore them non-stop. And it's this memory is special for me in the sense that I think it was the first time really ever that I was so fixated on a specific fashion object or something like that. You know, I liked clothes, I like these kind of things, I like to go around, do a bit shopping, but it was not like I really want this specific thing. It was more like, yeah, I don't know, I go around, oh, this is a cute top, yeah, sure. And so this was the first time, and this was the first time on top of that, quite an expensive object. It was not something cheap. And so, yeah, my first little luxury and my first really bit nicer pair of shoes and everything. And it also is special for me for a second reason, is that if you've seen my Repto video, you probably know that they are made in France, in Dordogne, and their factory is still there today, still producing. I think they've extended it through time with success, of course. And my great aunt, so a great aunt, used to work there, actually, making the Repto shoes. And so, of course, now she not anymore, but yeah, it's also a bit, you know, a bit special for me to know that my great aunt, well, used to participate in making the shoes. So yeah, they're a bit special for me. Then a second pair of shoes I would be, let me think, I think the next ones were probably these ones. Very high heels, completely different. I was not a teenager anymore when I bought this one. They're from Mumu. And it's a bit the same thing. So I was studying, I was working, I started earning money, I was doing some side jobs to help pay for my study. Luckily, I'm from Europe, I'm from France, where studies don't necessarily cost so much like in the US. So by working on the side, with a side job, I was able to afford well, pay a bit for my rent, a bit for my school. I also got help from my parents, and I was still able to earn a bit extra so that I could also spend a bit on fashion and things like that. And this pair of shoes I had seen in a magazine, and I had been crazy about it. And I was visiting my mother with my sister and son. We were there. My mother living in Rome, in Italy, so perfect for Mumu, right? Which is an Italian brand. And I thought, well, that's a perfect occasion. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna go in the shop. I wanted to see if they have them and have a look. And we went, and they had them in my size. So I was extremely, extremely happy. And I wanted to try them. And the little funny story with these shoes is, at the time, especially for high heel shoes, and it's something I actually still do, especially when it's a new pair from a brand I don't know, to make sure they are comfortable and stable and everything, and I'm not just gonna trip and break my foot. I have a way of testing them where I just put them on and I will hop on one foot, you know. I will just put one leg up, stay on one leg, and I will just hop a bit around and see if it's stable. So I'm very comfortable wearing heels. That's why for me, normally it's not a problem. I mean, I think I never fell doing this. But in the Mumu shop, the selling person was, I asked before doing it, of course, I mean, right? I did not want to create any problem or anything. And they say, yeah, sure. But you could feel they were like, make that she does not fall, make that she does not fall, you know, and if I fell and break a leg or something like that, I mean, I don't know exactly what would have happened in such a situation, but that would have not been good for the shop. Of course, I was careful, you know, because I don't know, so I did it having something to hold myself onto in case I felt like I was gonna fall. I had my mom, my sister there to also help me just in case. So I did it safely. Again, I also asked for the permission before they allowed me to do it. But this, I will always remember me jumping on one leg in the Mumu shop, the selling person being like, frozen, like agreeing to it, of course, staying very professional, everything, but you could feel they were a little tensed, and my mom laughing because she found it extremely funny, me laughing too because, well, yeah, the situation was funny, and yeah, I did not follow anything, and of course I bought them. They're extremely high, extremely. They are like, I think 14 centimeter. I'm not sure how much inches that is, but that's typically higher than your normal pump or normal size. I will show you after some of the other one, maybe then I can show you the comparison. They have a little platform on the front, and I like them because I'm a petite, and so it's typically shoes I will wear when I have maybe a longer dress or longer pant that's partially covering the heel, and then it will make me look huge. I look super tall. And because the shoe is partially covered, you don't see that it's because I have such a high heel, which is a nice trick. The thing being, I'm not the most comfortable walking with them because, of course, I mean, it's really a high heel and I'm not that used to wearing so high heels. And I don't know, I know platforms are supposed to make everything more comfortable, but somehow for me, it makes it harder to walk, like it makes it less natural somehow. I don't know if it's just me or if you also have these kind of issues with platforms, but I don't get the thing for walking really comfortably and good with them. But anyway, it's more evening shoes, and yeah, and it's a nice petite trick to have very high heel a bit covered. For example, I love Victoria Beckham's style, and she's also petite. I think she's my size or maybe even a tiny bit smaller than me. And if you look, she often has a bit wide leg pants, quite long, and she actually wears very high heels under, like around these kind of sizes. And this is, yes, this is a good trick when you're small. If you're comfortable with such high heels, then it's a good trick to look taller. Then a next pair of shoes, I will pick these ones. Come on, these are very special too. I will take up the little paper. So they are from Louboutin. I almost dropped them. I've been wearing them, of course, and I got them for my 20th birthday. I did not particularly necessarily want this one, especially. I just wanted Louboutins. At the time, they were still very trendy. I know it goes up and down. It's a matter of taste, but there was a time where they were really extremely trendy. And as a shoe lover myself, I just really wanted a pair, and I found them beautiful. I still find them beautiful. And yeah, and I went in the shop and I saw these ones, and they were so pretty and they were so perfect. The heel is lilac. They have this beige with this little white bow detail. They're extremely open on the front compared to normal pumps, so you will see the beginning of the toes, which I find very, I mean, I find it nice personally. The heel is very thin. It's 12 centimeter. Yeah, they're great. They're just not very comfortable because there's not much to hold your foot. And it's thin, it's high, but they're just so pretty. There was a time I was walking much more with them because I was much more used to wear a lot of heels. Here the streets are unfortunately not that good for wearing so thin heels, so I have had to reduce a bit wearing a lot of heels in the street after I damaged some of them by getting them like stuck in some holes. You will think in a big European city they could have nice streets, but they don't. Anyway, another problem, another issue. So yeah, I got there for my 20th birthday. I was very happy. And what makes them double special is I wore them for my wedding. They're the shoes I went down the aisle with because, well, that's just perfect, right? As wedding shoes. I mean, they're just beige and white. Perfect. And I tried as much as I could to reuse also things that had a sense to me, because I did not feel the need to necessarily buy a lot of new things. Of course, there are things you need to buy. I did not have a wedding dress in my closet, so I had to go and buy one. But I had fitting shoes, which had already a meaning to me because they were a gift for my 20th birthday. 20th birthday is a bit special in our family. Maybe I should specify this. I mean, I think in our family, the 18th is special, and then decades are special. But the 20s is somehow particularly special. I don't really know why. Maybe because you're still young, you know, and so on, and it's still, I don't know actually exactly why. But the 20s is really a special birthday, so that's why it really means a lot. And yeah, I went down the aisle with them. I changed, I wore some other shoes later on, but these were also my wedding shoes. Then let's keep going. I think, well, let's stay with the wedding shoes. Why not, right? Another pair of shoes I wore for my wedding are these Jimmy shoes with a very high heel. I wore, I think, 4 pair of shoes in total, 5 at my wedding. As I said, I'm kind of a little shoe addict. So I had all kind of shoes actually. I had this kind of very delicate pump for going down the aisle. Then I had these ones for the cocktail. These I bought actually for the wedding because I did not have so wedges. It's not something I wear a lot. I've since bought another pair because, well, it's actually good and convenient, but I did not have any. And I'm also not always the best. I mean, they're very high. I wanted something very high because I had a long wedding dress, so I needed to keep some height with my shoes. And for the cocktail in the grass, you know, not to just go into the grass with such thin heels. This was just perfect. And they were great. I mean, they did a great job. They were very comfortable. I like that the sole is also like a bit like this, so it did not get dirty or anything. They were very comfortable. Good. I did not wear them so much since because they're quite high, and again there's this kind of block heel where I'm not always the most comfortable with. And I must say, the heel itself, I mean, it's a style. It's not that I find it particularly wonderfully beautiful. Does not matter so much because it's typically the kind of shoes I wear anyway with longer things, so you don't really see the block heel so much. But yeah, they're still special to me because they're also some of my wedding shoes, and I wanted to show them to you because, yeah, I did not show them to you. The other pair I wore a pair of Vito Rossi pump in beige. So I've already shown you the Vito Rossi pumps in my video of my favorite shoes because Vito Rossi pumps are my all-time favorite, most comfortable pumps. So that's what I wore at the beginning of the evening for the party, for dancing and so on, because they're comfortable. And then later on during the night, when I started getting tired, my feet started getting tired, I switched for a pair of Repto. I own silver ones, so I switched for some silver Reptos. Yeah, so that's it. And so as you could see, I also reused, except this Jimmy shoe, I tried to reuse also the shoes. Yeah. Keep going on. Then another pair of Louboutin, and these have cute and funny story behind them. So I bought this one after I had bought these ones. I wanted ones with a bit of a thicker heel. Oh, let me show you, by the way, I said I will show you the difference. So these are not small, huh? They're 12 centimeters. They are, when I say they're high, I really mean they're high. I can show you compared to these ones too. I mean, they're high, really high. Yeah, and so these Louboutins, I was working student jobs. This time I was working in the summer during the summer break, and I had a job where I was working in the morning. I had a morning shift, and so I was basically free around 1 or 2 o'clock, something like that. And sales were coming, and I was thinking, oh my god, maybe Louboutin does sell. I mean, I was still new to the whole luxury shopping world and everything, so I had no clue how all of this worked. I just took my phone, gave a call to the Louboutin shop, asked them. They said, yeah, of course we do sales, of course, not on everything, and it can just go fast. Things will sell fast, but yeah, we do sales. I was like, amazing. The thing is, the sales start early. I browsed the website, saw this pair of shoes, and I was like, perfect, exactly the shoes I want. But I could not make it really early enough, and I thought, okay, by the time I'm there and everything, what if they're not there anymore? Every minute, every hour could count, you know. One tend to be a drama queen, especially when you're also younger. Everything gets sometimes out of proportions. I mean, yeah. And I asked my sister, because she was in high school and her school was in the same street than the Louboutin shop. I could never have. If my school would have been in the same street than a Louboutin shop, I think my Louboutin addiction would have started much earlier, or rather my Louboutin frustration, because no way my allowance, my monthly allowance would have ever allowed me to buy Louboutins at the time. So it might have been rather frustrating, actually, or dreaming about better future, I don't know. But my sister's school was there. And so I asked her, she finished classes earlier, and I asked her, oh, you think you could go put yourself in the queue, and then I finish, and then I join you, and we finish queuing together, and so on. She very nicely agreed, which was really nice from her. And so she went, put herself in the queue, started queuing. The queue was moving faster than we were expecting. So it was like, gosh, God, she was writing to me, like, I'm next, how are you? And I still had, I had not left my work yet. I still had like half an hour on my shift. I was like, oh my God, I still have half an hour, and then I still need half an hour to come to you. So I'm 1 hour away. What do we do? And she was like, yeah, it's fine. I stay in the queue. I will go, send me the picture, send me everything. I will go, I will ask for them. Let's see if they have them or not. So I went, I sent her the pictures, the size, everything, or at least the size I thought I was. I told her, okay, this or this size probably. Sent her a plan B in case I don't have it, maybe if they have this one. Okay, my sister went, it was her turn, asked, they had them. And then was the question, okay, then now what do we do? Because I wanted to try them, obviously. And so the sales assistant was like, okay, so do you want to try them? Should we purchase? And my sister was like, they're for my sister, who is coming, who is now checking the clock, now being there in 40 minutes. And the sales assistant was like, yeah, but we have other clients and so on, obviously. And my sister was like, yeah, of course, no problem, I understand. I'm just gonna sit in this corner with the shoes, and don't mind me, I'm just waiting for my sister. And the sales assistant was very puzzled, but ultimately, she was nice. Probably my sister was young. I think she was maybe 14, 15. Maybe a bit older, maybe 15, 16. And she was like, yeah, okay. And so my sister sat there for 40 minutes with the shoes on her lap, not letting them go, making sure no one else just takes them. And yeah, and then I arrived, tried them, they were perfect, bought them, and I had the discount. I don't remember how much, but it meant a lot because they're not cheap shoes, and again, I was a student, so yeah, it meant a lot. And yeah, and it still means a lot that first she took the time to do the queue, then she stayed there, then she asked, then she sat on the corner for 40 minutes for me. And you know how it can be long when you're standing in a corner alone with people glancing at you, being like, what is this person doing? It's a bit weird. I mean, time goes slow. And so I'm forever grateful to my sister for this. And so these shoes have, even if I don't wear them that much anymore, still here and there, of course, but not that much. But they're just so special, you know, to me. Yeah, it meant a lot to me, and it still means a lot to me. And yeah. Finishing with a not so, I don't know, it makes me very emotional. So I have a great relation with my sister. I'm very happy about it. And yeah. Anyway, another shoe, a bit less emotional. Let's end on a more less emotional note. It's just little Jimmy shoes. You've probably seen them. They were everywhere in every catalogs, on every influencer's foot. I love them. I feel like they're not, I mean, they're definitely a trend thing, but on the other hand, I've seen so many declinations and they kept being made, so I feel like they're kind of transcending the trendy side and being now in between trendy and classic. But they're special to me in the sense that if you follow my channel and you've seen my other videos, you know I'm not a very trendy person. I like to follow some trends, but when I invest money, I like to invest money in timeless things. And these ones were not typically a definition of that, and they were, I think, around 1,000 euros, so a lot of money. And I love them. I love them. And so they're kind of the exception in my very classic, timeless wardrobe of more luxury things. And there's a trendy aspect in it, and I don't know, I love it. I can't really explain it. I think it represents this going out of my comfort zone, going for something a bit different, and yeah, and I love them. I love them because you can wear them really high. I mean, with a nice dress and everything, and they will be very. It will all be very elegant, very dressed up style. And you can dress them down. I've been wearing them also with just a very basic, simple, white, plain t-shirt, a pair of simple 501 Levi's jeans, and this. And it's very nice because then the jean partially covers it, and while you walk, you know, it shows a bit of glitter here and there, and it brings that little something that I really love. So yeah, I really like these shoes. And at the same time, you know, they're very trendy, and they're still a bit classic in the sense that I took the heels that's not so high, it's beige, it's classic with a twist. This is something I really love. And yeah, this video is already very long, I'm sorry. I will end it there for today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know if you have also some special memories with some of your shoes you want to share. Feel free, as the comment section below is yours. And I will put here another video in case you have not seen it yet. And if you've enjoyed this one and you would like to see more, you can of course subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.